Hey everyone, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. Um, yes, I look real nice today, but I'm about to go start my 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. shift at the casino, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so today we're talking about General Hospital. Okay, so General Hospital, one of the things that I love about General Hospital is that they might possibly be the best soap in terms of recognizing their own history, right? So this past week, for example, here's an example, the Quartermain family. The Quartermain family has been around for a long time, and I give the writers credit because it's not as fierce as it once was because almost all the original Quartermains are almost all dead, right? Alan, AJ, Edward, Emily, Dawn, so they had this newcomer come in, and her name is Samira Adine, right? I think so. I think that's her name. She's basically saying that she needs Tracy's painting to save her daughter, right? So, anyways, in the course of this conversation that she's having with the surviving Quartermains, which would be Tracy, Monica, Dylan and Kiki, and Ned and Olivia. I don't know. Jason and Sam showed up for a hot minute, but then they disappeared, and I don't know where Michael was. But so they were talking, and all this history came out. Like, we all know that the reason why Monica owns the house is because Alan left it to her in his will. So when he passed on, it became Monica's house. But she went into how everyone thought that she was the town tramp trying to marry up into the Quartermain family, which how many of you that watch the show now knew that? She's right though. She's 100% right. And Tracy brought up the fact that Monica slept with Ned. How many of you knew that? Because that was back when Ned was played by someone else, played by Kurt McKinney. But yeah, it's true. Monica and Ned slept together before they knew who each other was. But they were at a retreat and they slept together, and then they found out who they were, and they were both totally grossed out. But they're not even neither one of them are related by blood, so it's not like they committed any deep, serious crime, right? Anyway, well, there was another oh, and Monica brought up her two daughters, Emily and Dawn. She didn't mention them by name. She just said, I have two daughters, but they both have passed on, and they both have passed away. So I thought that was genius. It was a really, if you missed this week in General Hospital, you missed a lot of opportunity to really get to know the Quartermain family. It was awesome. It was great. And a lot of it also has to do with the fact that, why does Tracy want this painting? And there were lots of pictures of Edward and Lila. The last guy that played Edward was the one that they show. He wasn't the one that was playing Edward when I first started watching the show. That's David Lewis. But the other guy that played Edward right after him, he played it until he died. So, he was there forever. So, anyways, it was a really good opportunity if you have not ever seen General Hospital to get to know the Quartermain family. It was great. It was really great. And the whole thing is that Tracy suspects, she doesn't know, and Samira doesn't know anything. She just knows that her daughter's being sold into human trafficking, and she needs to make a bid on it, and the only way she can get that much money is if she sells that painting, which is worth $20 million. So Tracy is doing a DNA test. She got Hamilton Finn, very nice way actually to loop in another storyline, because I'm not going to lie, Finn and Hayden are kind of in their own little story limbo, but now that Tracy is back and she needs this help from Finn, it's good. That's actually a really good thing. So, so she's having him run this DNA test. She had the girl drink out of some water out of a cup, a glass, and she saved the glass and didn't touch it, and now she wants the DNA test. So we'll see what happens. but they were like, "Oh, she's got blue eyes, just like your father." Okay, that's a little bit of a reach. I mean, there are lots of people in Turkey with naturally blue eyes. I mean, I'm just saying. And there are lots of men in this world with blue eyes too. And not just that, but blue eyes being a recessive trait can show up in anybody. You could have brown eyes and you end up with a blue-eyed child. I mean, that is kind of, that was a little bit of a reach. A little bit. Also this week we saw Alexis struggle with her feelings for Julian. And her daughters also struggled, Well, so basically what happened was we started the week out with her in, she found out that Julian was alive because they had taken some pictures of, Dylan had taken some pictures of the whole family, Sam, Jason, Scout, Christina, Jake, all these, people. And she noticed that in the background, Julian was in the background. She spotted him, and so they enhanced the picture and made it big. And they saw, oh God, that is Julian. So she immediately goes to the docks to get some closure because she knows he's going to show up there. And sure enough, he totally did show up there, and they ended up going to a motel room and banging. So, I understand what it's like to, I guess I understand where Alexis is coming from, in her whole, I'm gonna keep going back to this man that's not that good for me. We've all done that a million times, right? Don't we all know them all about that? So I get it, right? The police though showed up because Sam has the Find My Friends app on her phone, and her mom has it too. So she turned it on and found out where her mom was and sent the police after her. That was good. That was clever. That was really good. I don't know if I would be able to think of that if anything were to happen to my mom. I don't know if I would be able to think of that, but that is a genius way to do it. It's brilliant. It was really good. Kudos to the writers. Very nice. So now Julian's in jail, and he said that Alexis was his hostage so that she would go free. Otherwise, she would be complicit in... But I have a question. Are they divorced? Did they get divorced? Because if they're still married legally, they can't force her to testify against him. They can't do that. You can't do that. You can't force a husband to testify against a wife. Now, an ex-wife can be forced to testify against her ex-husband, but I don't remember them getting divorced. Does any of you remember that? I don't remember that. So if they have, let me know. Message me in the comments or shoot me a message on Twitter to let me know when they got divorced, because I don't think they have. I think they're still legally married. So, anyways. And then, So Jake, let's talk about Jake real quick. So Jake, who is actually adorable and is one of the best kid actors out there. He's great. He's no Emma. Emma's pretty fucking fierce, but he does a really good job for his age. He's really good, and he keeps drawing this picture of he drew this picture of the scarecrow, and he drew this little boy hiding from the scarecrow. And he told Franco about it, but he made Franco promise not to tell his parents. So Franco's like, okay, his mom already knows that he keeps drawing the scarecrow, so obviously he must be afraid of Jason because Jason's the only other parent that doesn't know. And so Jason kind of sat him down and was asking him, if he was afraid of it. And he said, "You're not the one I'm afraid of." And so it makes me think, oh shit, well maybe he's afraid of his mother. So they showed a picture of Elizabeth, and it was from when they first met and when Jake was born. And it was cute, whatever. And then after, she's a very pretty woman. She's very pretty in person too. And then after that, they showed a picture of... they didn't say who it was. So, this week we'll find out who it was, but I suspect it might be Jason, but it might be Jason the way Jason used to look back when he was played by Steve Burton, right? Because remember, he got that, Helena gave him that surgery and knocked him out so that he wouldn't know who he was. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that went on that island, so who knows, you know? Maybe when they knocked out the original Jason, they propped him up like a scarecrow and they made Jake look at him and witness him. And then they, I mean, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that story's going to play out, though, because if we know that it's not Jason, we don't necessarily know that it's not Elizabeth, but I don't know. We'll find out. So anyways, thank you so much for watching today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can also hashtag GH to talk General Hospital, or you can hashtag The Amazing Race, hashtag Amazing Race to talk The Amazing Race. And I'll be talking about the last 2 episodes that just aired this past Sunday. I'll do that tomorrow. So thank you so much, everyone. You all have a wonderful weekend. Oh, week. It's Monday. Oh, my God. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.